All right, so me, Chad, my boy Rob, back from the other side here. Actually back from watching the Drone Racing League. My DVR cut it off again. Luckily, I was able to see 2 days before this who won the last race level, whatever they call this thing now. So the DRL was what was supposed to take our hobby and just propel it into the stratosphere. You know, it was on ESPN, everything was great. They had all these people investing millions into it. And now it's on NBC Sports Network. It went from being on at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday or Thursday to being on at like 1 or 2 in the morning. They're streaming this thing on Twitter. They had esports. They tried, you know, the second, third season with the Robogenesis guy. Turned out to be okay, but he wasn't really a contender. They did the same thing again this year. They had Jaws with the big Bud Light sponsorship. We were pumped. There was stuff happening, and then it just all seemed to just die, man. Like nothing has gotten better with this. Rob, what is going on with the DRL? Like, is it the DRL? I mean, this is great to me. Like, but I just don't think if these guys can't do it after 3 or 4 years and all of the money that's went into this stuff, then nobody's going to do it. Got me all choked up here. So they got things happening, and for some reason I don't understand it. Like, people are still making things happen. So this year they teamed with like the Lockheed Martin, and besides like the Air Force and Lockheed Martin, you won't see any other advertisements on this stuff besides DRL's own commercials. So I don't get it. But they're doing an autonomous racing drone race this year or something, which is great. They're working with the kids and stuff like that. And, you know, DRL has, you know, they used to fly with Crossfire and all this stuff and a lot of stuff that we would use, but they've actually invented it and use a lot of proprietary technology. So I don't know if they're selling this stuff to people or what exactly is going on, but like the whole thing has like totally shrunk down. Like, you know, Alliance, which is a huge like financial insurance company or something like that, you know, they got their own like soccer stadium, and they're having like all their races there, and then I guess they're going to some other bigger places down the road when I was looking at like the schedule and stuff like that. So, you know, they got some things happening, and for somehow people, this is what interested me. So they're looking for like another, this was back in July. So they're trying to raise another $50 million in funding. In here, it says that they had already secured 26 million extra dollars. I think this is on top of everything that they had already started with their, venture capital. Yeah, see, they got 20 million back in June of 2017. But this is what kills me, because the DRL has been able to rack up large audiences in the tens of millions since its inception. Where tens of millions? No, I mean, I want to see some ratings or something. I am not buying tens of millions. There's not tens of millions of people that even watch tennis or golf. They ain't watching this. They don't care about the French guy yelling at Vanover for smarting off to him, and I don't know. I mean, the content is what it is. They only got so much time to work with. You know, they need to, like, I don't know what they need to do. I mean, I think the time is over. that they need to focus on the FPV people and try to reel us in and make us care more about the DRL, or maybe they just go ahead and take us for granted or something like that. But yeah, tens of millions. I don't know. Somebody, they either have the world's best sales team or sales pitch, or they are setting on something more important than this, than like the actual racing that's on at 1 and 2 in the morning on NBC Sports Network. I mean, even when it was on ESPN, Jet, Nurk, definitely not the most like personable guys. We know them from the hobby. They're great. Jet's just a smooth, nice individual talker. Nurk seems like a cool guy. He talks real fast. He kind of gives me anxiety. I don't know. But they didn't even give these guys the time of day on like SportsCenter. Like, hey, let's have a 5-minute thing with the guy that won the DRL championship. Or let's put him here, or let's put him there. I thought they were supposed to do some kind of media circuit tour or something, but nothing. No advertisement. Like I said, Bud Light was on there. They're gone. If you can't keep Anheuser-Busch, they throw money at everybody. I mean, how many Super Bowl commercials do they buy over and over and over and over? They always put the good one with the horses in there and make us all cry. But then, you know, they just keep on buying it more and more during the Super Bowl. So if you can't get that money, then, I mean, what are you doing? But they bailed. They bailed on their esports tournament. So speaking of that, you know, I thought they were going to do a push into esports with the DRL Racing Sim, which is a horrible simulator, by the way. You play a multi-GP track in the DRL sim, and then you play it in Velocidrone, and you know how to fly, and you fly your own craft. You're going to be like, this doesn't look right, this doesn't feel right, this looks way better, and this feels way better. And I'm talking about Velocidrone being the one. The DRL sim is just, whoa, it's just whatever. But yeah, you see their stuff on TV. I just saw that they had a little thing on it this week. Everybody's having fun. People are having a great time. Oh, look at the drones flying around. They look good. They got lights. I mean, a couple years ago, I was sold on this idea, but then I actually got back into games and I saw how crazy esports and all that stuff are. I mean, there's like almost 1 million people streaming Fortnite at one time. Like your top dude's got like a couple 100,000 people watching them, and then everybody else. And then, you know, your Apex Legends and stuff like that. Like, there's like nobody streaming this on Twitch. I don't know anybody that's making it big. And I mean, surely they're not going to take the money and buy Ninja or Shroud or somebody a TARANIS and say, hey, we're going to pay you a couple $1,000,000. We just want you to play FPV racing simulators for the next 2 months and gain us some traction. Maybe that's what they have to do. Get one of these things here and give that thing to my boy Dr. Disrespect. See if you can make him stop playing Modern Warfare and play some DRL sim or something like that. Get some blood flowing into this thing. Anyway, that's just my rant about the DRL. Maybe most of you probably could care less. You don't even watch it. I still watch it. I want them to succeed, but I just think that the time is over. They haven't done it by now. I mean, it just ain't gonna happen. We'll see you guys on the other side.